Lamborghini Urus may just be the perfect all-round car. We have now driven a Lamborghini Urus in the UK, as well as on its international launch and as a prototype. The more car magazine staff who take the wheel of this shock and/or SUV, the more we get to understand it. For it is not natural to take the keys of a Lambo and perch so high, to see the silhouette of an SUV when you mention a car named after a bull, and to hear the whoosh of a turbo when you stand on the throttle in a product hailing from Santa Agata. We had another go in the new Urus SUV at the 2018 Goodwood Festival of Speed, and a few runs up and down the Duke of Richmond's hill climb revealed a little more of the car's character. It's certainly one of the most surprising SUVs to roar off the line, smashing a square hole in the air as it thunders past 62 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds. Every single one of the 627 pounds-foot being transferred to the tarmac. If the Duke's driveway was a bit longer and a bit less flinty, we have every reason to believe it'll hit its claimed 189 miles per hour top speed, too. Granted, a Goodwood run is only a fleeting new experience in the Lamborghini 4x4. But this was our first go in a right-hand drive, UK spec Urus, and, rest assured, we'll be getting a full drive in Britain shortly. Stay tuned for a more extensive UK Lambo Urus review in due course. While the new Lamborghini Urus Super SUV isn't the Italian company's first attempt at going off-road, who can forget the brawny LM002 of the 1980s? It is the first of a new generation of seriously high-end SUVs that hopes to capitalize on the world's obsession with high driving positions and the associated social status. Hot on the heels of the Urus will be alternatives from Rolls-Royce, Aston Martin, and Ferrari, so Lamborghini needs to make its mark before the waters become too crowded. To get up to speed, quite literally, the Urus employs some choice hardware from the wider Volkswagen Group, including its twin turbocharged V8 and 48-volt anti-roll system. But, Lamborghini argues, it has all been brought together in a uniquely Lamborghini fashion, wrapped in an aluminium shell that leaves the smartphone-wielding onlooker in no doubt as to who makes it. That's backed up by a breadth of capability usually the preserve of the Range Rover brand. Indeed, and the company's stylists cite the aforementioned LM002 as a source of inspiration, though the Urus pays as much homage to the current generation of Lamborghini sports cars as it does the square-jawed late 80s icon. It's all sharp edges and jaunty angles, self-conscious wheel arches and lots of vents and grills. Whisper it, but is it a tad over-designed? The windows and lights looks a little small from some angles and it needs the optional 23-inch alloy wheels to pull it all off. Still, the rest of the world gapes as it goes by, just as they do at any other contemporary Lamborghini, so job done some would say. It may be too outre for some, but the pointing and gesticulating we experienced driving it in the UK suggests it'll certainly turn heads. The interior will probably gather more universal praise, as it's beautifully put together and plenty spacious, too. Buyers choose a 4 or 5 seat layout and there's even a massive boot behind. But it's the center console and the dashboard that'll hold your attention.